Hello, and welcome to Transform Your Data into Value, Trends and Best Practices. I'm Paul Lewis, and I'm the Chief Technology Officer of Pythian. I hope you had a great time so far at the Cloud Data Summit and have had a chance to see multiple sessions, including from our clients Zebra and Schnucks. It'll give you a deeper understanding of the value of data and the use of analytics to create business outcomes. I've been doing this for a long time, 25 plus years in financial services and energy and telco and media entertainment. I've operated large teams across multiple data centers and thousands of operating applications. I've also been on the provider side and been around the world and talked to multiple CIOs and CTOs about complex topics like technology innovation, digital transformation, and the impact to their organization and their strategy. And I do spend a good portion of my time in academics, looking for the next best talent, the best data scientists that we can apply into those really complex business problems. Let's jump into trends. Trend number one, the next normal, January 2022, January 2023, January 2024, will look a lot more like today than May of 2020. Work from anywhere will redefine what it means to collaborate and create across diverse teams and diverse geographies. How we work today, the next normal, will require leaders to balance creativity and collaboration and productivity. Collaboration's easy, right? We have video conferencing and phones. We have an ability to dial up and have a video chat conversation with any one individual or an entire team, or we can broadcast to thousands of people at any time. And you can be anywhere on any device. But creativity sometimes is different. Creativity might require a few of us in a boardroom with a blank whiteboard and sticky notes, creating software from scratch or a strategy from scratch or a complex 3 a.m. problem might require us to sit down and really debate the pros and cons of some complex arrangement. And productivity is different on that diverse platform, right? Whether everybody's working in the office or everybody's working at home or a balance between the two, how do I deal with my own productivity and the team's productivity and the corporate productivity? What's much more likely to be true is that home office and office becomes the same. I'm going to have the same technology. I'm going to have the same sense of security. I'm going to create the same sense of culture. In fact, I'm going to have culture that is now federated across thousands of people and thousands of locations. There'll be some optional opportunities. Work from home might be the default, and some mandatory opportunities where we're all coming together to celebrate wins or just to create a unifying culture within a single or multiple locations. But know that it's a hybrid deployment across a variety of those paths. I can think of talent as being the positive impact of this next normal, where I don't have to look at an individual city to determine where I need to hire. I could look outside of the cities, the tri-city area, to the state or the province, to the tri-state, to the country, to the hemisphere, and in fact, to the world. I can look for the best fit talent in any city, in any town across the world, and have them work in my team as effectively as my next door neighbor. What's important with the next normals, you need to make people central to your work from anywhere strategy. They've got to help you determine what the best fit balance for creativity and collaboration, what the best fit balance for home office and work office. And you have to be very conscious and deliberative about the geographic and cultural diversity and inclusion and belonging. It's a great big world with lots of different people, and we all need to work together in this corporate environment. Trend number two, big shift in IT. It's going to work very different now based on what's happened in the pandemic, right? You've had challengers and changers and thrivers. I've had to look outside of my organization to build digital competencies. In fact, I've now had to create ecosystems of talent and technology and information, because that talent, that capability resides outside of my organization, and I needed to bring into my organization to evolve my technical proficiency. When you look at this digital pivot, they tend to be sort of grouped into three. Some of the bigger negative impacts of COVID has been to some industries like movie theaters and travel and transportation and theme parks, where they had zero or near zero attendance and therefore zero or near zero revenue. If you're in IT in these shops, you need to reconsider where you're spending your OpEx versus CapEx. You need to keep the lights on for, in many ways, IT survivability. On the other side of that spectrum, of course, is the thrivers. This is the movie streaming and the telco and the video conferencing, where they've had hundreds of percentage of increase in users, thousands of percentage of increase in transactions, and they're worried about scale. What happens when I hit the peak of performance? Am I going to hit a security flaw that I didn't appreciate was there until I hit a certain number of users? And then those organizations in the middle, which arguably is most organizations, that may have had a physical requirement in a transaction. Maybe it's a wet signature on a mortgage, or I needed to go inside the restaurant to order and eat my food. Think of this as Main Street restaurant, right? Main Street pizza shop had to get there, close their dining room and get their menu up on the web. They had to make their services available to be consumed by Uber Eats. And they had to have an open window outside so that people can come up and pick up and take out their pizza. In a week's period of time, they had to dramatically change their business model, create a digital implementation of the Main Street pizza shop. Those organizations are thinking about agility. In fact, scale and agility becomes the two big IT pivots. Scale is saying, how do I deal with the dramatic growth in increase in my users and transactions? And how do I make sure that I don't find security holes, or I find them before they become a hole? And then I don't have performance problems when I reach a different scale. And then agility is saying, I don't have 6 months to deliver projects anymore to create value or growth for my organization. I have 2 to 3 weeks. So how do I change? How do I consume IT? How do I change the currency of my platforms? How do I look at my heritage or legacy environments and use new innovative technologies to support that? Great example is looking at your data management capability, where you might have heritage or legacy Oracle on-premise environments, and you want to start to shift that to cloud GCP-based environments. How do I upgrade? How do I change? How do I modernize those environments for those agility and scale reasons? Trend number 3, data is everywhere. In fact, data is created and consumed at the edge, in the data center, in the cloud, in multiple clouds, at my customers, in my customers' devices, in my stakeholder world, in my supply chain. And how does that affect IT? The reality is all that data is created and consumed at the edge and in all of those places, but sometimes it's hard to find. It's in those silos, right? It's stuck in the ERPs, it's stuck in spreadsheets and shadow IT and finance and marketing. The plants and the bank branches have bought and consumed and implemented their own IT, and data stuck in there, of a bunch of SaaS products that have inaccessible data. It's kind of in those silos, and I need to bring them all together, and it's created outside of my domain, yet IT is responsible for its security, for its lifecycle management, for its protection, for its engagement, for its mobility, for its business insights. ERP is a great example where SAP not only has its core systems, but is an ecosystem of applications and data. It's 23 applications integrated together with SAP that actually delivers on the complete supply chain engagement. And it's ripe for producing insights. You want to be able to collect and modernize this information on an enterprise data platform using Google's innovative technology, like machine learning and AI, implemented within data warehousing like BigQuery, and using visualization tools to discover those insights, to create those dashboards, to create predictive and prescriptive insights. And delaying a move to digital transformation is no longer an option. It is now a competitive requirement for me to think about my organization as a fluid organization. See, I have to think about not just more products and more services and more features and more functions. It's not about a more environment. It's about a better environment, because I have customer segments that are looking for a highly integrated, a highly mobile, a highly social interaction. In fact, different customer segments want to interact with me differently. I need new customer experience for each customer segment. In fact, those customer segments want to consume from me differently, right? They want, some of them wants to pay $5, some of them wants to pay 50 cents per month, some of them only wants to pay me 10 cents for each time it might actually use my services. So not only do I have to have new and better experiences, new and better consumption models, but every single part of my organization needs to introduce new segments and new organizations as they shift geographically and through the diversity of my customers. And I think we can help you. Pythian's been in the business for 24 plus years. We have 360 professionals across 30 different countries, 140 plus Google certifications. We've been a 3 times winner of Partner of the Year, looking forward to 2021 Partner of the Year. We have a significant amount of GCP expertise and talent and experience, and we want to help you with your set of transformations. We have a broad set of capabilities to not just help us with your transformation, but to help you create your own capabilities. It starts with advisory. Not only will we help you create your data or application cloud strategy, we can help you with the transformational plan and the optimization of that environment once it's up. Then we can look at your core assets, your core data, your operational data stores. And we can talk about the governing that data, architecting that data, modeling that data for the future. We can look at the stores themselves, those operational databases, those RDMSs, and say, what can we do with all that diverse complexity, whether it's open source databases or Microsoft databases or Oracle databases. We can help you to manage and modernize and transform and migrate and evolve the core assets to your business. And then you actually want to create data sites. You want to implement an enterprise data platform. You need to connect to 1,000 points of light, create an integration strategy, store all of that structured, unstructured, and streaming data into a data lake. Use orchestration and techniques to create data warehouses for the purpose of data visualizations and insights. Right? You want to now connect all of those insights back to the originating application to which originally consumed it. On the application front, we understand the complexity of managing ERP, and you want to upgrade the data and upgrade the application and modules into something like GCP. And all of that requires automation at the core, automation in the infrastructure. Infrastructure is code. We can help you migrating your thousands of applications from on-premise to modernize and migrate into the cloud. We can worry about implementing your automation and your AI ops. We can help you with the DevOps and DevSecOps implementations. You can always ask more by going directly to me at plewis@Pythian or any one of our Pythian colleagues. And we look forward to talking to you about things like an enterprise data platform quick start, where in 2 weeks we can deliver on a productionized value of insights. And a couple weeks later, we'll do that exact same thing with your own data. Thank you very much.